Ich will lieben und mit lieben, das ist mein
Hey, I'm Krista Kessler. I'm a transportation program manager at Amazon. I am married but no children.
I'm Miranda. I'm a critical care nurse. I'm divorced and have 3 kids.
I'm Melissa. I'm a stay-at-home mom, obviously married, and have 2 kids.
Welcome to exPLAINed, where we answer all your questions about Mennonites.
So today we're going to be talking about our very funky accent for our first episode, because all of us have experienced a time when we're talking to people that are not Mennonites and they'll be like, wait, where are you from? And we're like, Kentucky? They're like, no, where are you from? Southern Maryland.
Born in Maryland.
Some people will accept that, and others will be like, no, there's something else.
Yeah.
Why you sound so funny?
So the most common thing that people notice about us is the way we pronounce our Chays. And I even said that wrong. So if I tell you that Jane needs a chain on her cheek,
Yay.
you're going to have no idea what I'm saying.
Why do we have this weird sound? I always thank my teacher for not teaching us the difference between CH and the letter J. So now they all sound the same.
I don't remember how she taught us the J sound, but I remember in order to learn the H sound, we had to run around the schoolhouse until we were like, that's how she taught us how to make H sound.
I thought about that.
But I don't recall her ever saying there's a distinguishing sound between J and CH.
Because there wasn't.
It's all ch.
No, I think that I pronounced it the same as the ch sound.
Like, I didn't know that chump and chump were 2 different words.
I can't even say them different. It all just sounds the same. So we get made fun of a lot for that.
Yeah, by our husbands, our coworkers, everyone. What did you say?
Yeah. I've gotten made fun of so much that I've actually taught myself to not say it that way.
Yeah.
I asked one day where Jerry was at work, and people didn't know what I was talking about. Like,
Yeah.
Cherry? Who's Cherry?
I get that a lot. Like, if I have someone named Cherry, they're like, Cherry? No, Cherry. I don't even know how to say it.
So many people wonder, well, why do you have an accent? Like, do you speak a different language? The answer is
Oh, that's
yes,
good. I didn't
kind
think
of.
about saying that.
It's not a written language.
There's no written language of it. There's just a spoken language. And I think what happened is a long time ago, like way back in the 1600s, our ancestors came over from like Switzerland, Germany, the Netherlands, Russia, some I think too. And
The
all
UK.
of those languages got mixed together, and they got mixed up with English words too. So now we have kind of our own spoken language with a bunch of different languages combined.
It's called Pennsylvania Dutch.
Or Pennsylvania Dutch.
That's another thing. I always got made fun of for saying like words end in Y. I say I'm
Yes.
really high pitched, like best
Oh,
always
yeah.
saying buggy, because apparently I say that funny. But
I think I'm more like make more of an S sound. Buggy.
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 Yeah.
Buggy.
I got made fun of for completely pronouncing favorite, like favorite, like sounding it
yes.
out all the way.
Is that how you're supposed to say it?
I do that too.
Instead of saying favorite, we would say favorite.
Yeah, like kind of for saying magnesium, the way I say it, magnesium. Apparently, I used to say it magnesium. That's not how you say it.
Phone was a big one for me because apparently I say phone wrong. Like, it sounds like fan to non Mennonite speaking people apparently. Like one time,
Phone?
I told someone, I was like, "Can you hand me the phone?" And they're like, "A fan? No, a phone. What? I
A
don't have a
telephone.
fan." I said, "The cell phone."
Telephone.
Oh,
And a lot of times, people just simply don't understand what I'm saying. Siri, especially,
yeah.
does not understand me, and it's all the
Oh
accent.
yeah, Siri's a struggle. Alexa is too. or trying to do talk to text.
Yes.
That's
That's
a
a little.
And then I don't think it helps that we also have a Southern accent mixed in along with our
Yeah,
Mennonite
because then we
accent.
just kind of draw out our Mennonite words. Or
And top of that made up language, we had to learn German too in school.
Yeah.
yes, what I call real German.
So I think that we actually learned
Yeah.
German at the same time. we learned
Not German, German.
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 Sorry.
It's German.
Imagine trying to teach your child their letters. Your teacher having to make it pronounced correctly. Oops. And you'll go back to school and like, who taught you?
It's funny because when I speak English, I have an accent, but when my kids speak Dutch, they have more of an accent
Yeah.
than they do speaking English. It's funny.
You can always tell when like a Dutch speaking person has been speaking English for a long time because they sound different than
Yes, they
like
sound awkward.
They pick up their own accent too. And
Yeah.
like I find myself starting to do that. If I speak Dutch, it doesn't sound right to me anymore.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about that.
I know.
I don't speak it as much anymore.
Is that how you say that? I don't
Yeah. I'm like, well, that didn't sound quite right. But
remember. Right. And then I'm like, why did you say it that way? Like, why was that the word that was chosen to be that?
You think
And I always make fun of it makes me laugh when I hear a lot of the hockey players talk because they come from Switzerland and those places. I'm like, it just sounds just like a Mennonite.
did they really?
that's
Yes,
that's
they
fun.
do.
I didn't know that.
They have that Dutch accent. It cracks me up. It's like, oh my gosh, that sounds just like Amish
See,
speaking English.
that everyone from Pennsylvania kind of sounds like a Mennonite accent. or
they
Amish
do. They
accent.
kind of
Like-
have that same
like even
inflection or
yeah,
whatever.
even the English people from Pennsylvania do. Like you can always tell when someone's from Pennsylvania or they're Amish one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, one question a lot of people have too is if we speak Pennsylvania Dutch, could we go to Germany and understand what they're saying there?
Yes and
And-
no, I think.
Yeah, and I think in certain parts of Germany, their German is a little bit more similar to our Pennsylvania Dutch, but in a lot of places, no, I can't understand anything. I understand.
Yeah.
It's not
And everyone's like, well, if you learn German, like, if you learn German, like, can you understand this person? No. Plus, if they have an accent, I'm not going to understand you either. Like, a really bad one.
Lose your ability to read and translate German written words because I can't do it anymore.
I can some,
I
but
can't
not
either.
like I could when I was a kid.
Well,
I need a German English dictionary to really do it.
I looked at our German songbooks this morning and I can't read it anymore. Like I don't know what it means.
I can't either. I can pick out a few words, but not, I can't enough to like be able to sing it.
Yeah.
I'd have to get that little German book, that lesson book we had in school.
Oh yeah.
I could see you trying to get that G out
Like the
properly.
letter sounds.
The German.
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 It's so funny like how we notice this stuff about ourselves now because like when we first went into the English world, like we never thought about how we sounded. And
I didn't know I had an accent.
according to
Our
everybody
husband
else,
tried to make
we
fun of us.
like freaks.
Mhm. People were like, "Where are you from?" They thought I've been asked if I'm from, I think I was asked if I'm Filipino. I've been asked if I'm British. I've been asked if I'm Irish. People just can't place it. It's so different.
Most people
People
think
just look at me like
You're Yankee.
puzzled when they ask where I'm from, and I'm like, Kentucky. Where's your accent? Born in
That was one of
Maryland.
the brother-in-laws that makes fun of us all the time. And you'd think with us speaking English all the time now, we'd lose our accent because, it gets harder to speak Dutch. But somehow the
I
accent
think we
just
have
comes on
some
a little bit.
because
Yeah.
like if you hear somebody else like one of our cousins or something that still
They're way
speaks
worse.
Dutch regularly,
That's
like
true.
you can really hear their accent.
Oh yeah.
I think I could still sing like the German songs if someone else was reading the words. Like I think it would come back to me and I could sing it. But
Yeah,
like,
I think I can follow along.
I think I could too. I could actually sing, but
Some of them anyway.
it bothers me that I can't read the words anymore. Like,
you're gonna have to take German and listen.
I
I
know.
know.
like it's second nature to me when I was little. But back to the subject of words that are hard to say. Melissa, what is the hardest word for you to say? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you are.
I don't
I
know.
can't think on the spot.
It's Caitlin!
Caitlin's joining us. Okay, Caitlin, what's the hardest
Hey,
word?
finally.
Hi, Caitlin.
Okay, so my name is Caitlin. I'm 23. I'm currently 22 weeks pregnant. No kids right now, and I am married.
Caitlin, we were talking about how we get made fun of for our J sounds, like how we can't distinguish between ch and J noises. So, like, just tell us a sentence with a lot of words starting with J, and we'll see if you sound that way too. Hi, Sissy.
Do you know any Dutch words, Sissy?
You said say it.
Yeah,
Sentence with a lot of J's.
like if Jane needs a chain on her cheap, how are you going to justify that cost?
I was just picking cherries off of a cherry tree. I don't know. I just jogged to the gym.
With cherry, right? While eating cherries.
Very out to the gym while eating cherries.
Oh,
I
that's
have a
fine.
word that's
What
kind
is
of
it?
confusing. Interesting. Is it interesting or is it interesting?
Ooh, how do you say it properly? It's
Interesting.
interesting.
It's what?
Interesting.
Interesting or interesting?
Interesting.
I think.
Interesting. It's not supposed to completely pronounce it or sound it like out like we do.
Oh, so that's our problem. Is we sound out
Interesting.
words too much.
I think so.
God.
That's how we learned.
Well, no, we probably say them the proper way because we were taught to sound out words, where other people are taught to sight read and they just don't know how to sound out words.
What is sight reading?
Like they learn sight words. Not how to say a word like we did. They learn sight words.
They learn what the word is by looking at it instead of learning how to sound it out.
That doesn't
Like
make
what the
any
letter
sense, though. Like,
blends.
how do you know what a word sounds like if you don't know the sound of the letters?
Sight words, they memorize it.
Oh, it's weird. Good thing I didn't have
That's
to
how
learn.
they were teaching me other.
I guess we had Common Core reading when we grew up. Now they
Oh,
switched to
Common
Common Core
Core reading.
reading.
Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
What's something people in the army make fun of you for?
Everything. You get made fun of for everything.
Specifically how you sound when you talk.
Oh, that's another one.
What is it?
Specifically, it's hard sometimes.
Specifically, yeah.
Specifically.
Don't say Pacifically. I will punch you through the thing.
Not say specifically. I have to think about it. Another thing I do is sometimes I'll like overthink how to say words, so I like overpronounce them kind of.
Yes.
Hard to-
Yes. And sometimes, I don't know why, but when I'm super comfortable around somebody, I still find myself wanting to speak Dutch, even though they do not speak Dutch.
Here's one. Do you guys think in Dutch or English? When you
English.
think to yourself, how do you think? I do
Most
both.
of the time, English depends.
Most of the time, I think in English,
If I've
and I
been-
did even as a kid.
If I've been around you guys a lot and we're talking Dutch, I'll go home and think in Dutch. But then I switch back to English at some point.
Like 99% of my thoughts are in English.
You know, Caitlin just thinks in army.
Okay, back to sight words. How do you teach someone to read without sounding out words? How you're teaching me at home? How are you teaching her? Well, she
I'm
already
teaching her to sound out words.
I'm gonna give you a flashcard that has easy words on it, like look, see, the,
But how do
and
you show like and?
and you give them a
You
flashcard.
show them a butt.
No, you don't show them pictures. You just show them the word, so they know how to read it.
I mean, there are some words that are sight words because you can't sound them out because they don't follow any of the phonics rules. And they do teach them some phonics still, just not to the extent that
Not like we did.
oh, they're more heavily
Right.
reliant.
Caitlin, do you say words that end in Y or I funny too? Like if we say buggy, apparently it sounds funny. Funny.
Funny.
Funny.
Sounds funny.
Happy.
Happy.
Happy. Not happy, you're happy. That's
Happy.
something not happy.
She's on the video.
Oh,
So you have to be on the podcast.
words like
We're gonna teach her
What?
Dutch words.
smell or smell, I can't say them properly.
Yeah.
Smile. Smile.
Come
I
back.
can't say smile. I say smell. Yeah.
Now.
What about mule?
Say it like that.
Oh, that's hard.
Fuel.
There we go.
Mule and
Smile.
fuel are really hard.
Fuel. Yes, fuel is hard.
I try really hard.
I don't know if that's a Mennonite thing or that's hard for everybody.
I think that's just a hard word to say.
Yeah, it's a hard
Maybe
pronunciation.
that's just a me thing, which is even more embarrassing.
People used to make fun of me all the time on how I said Kentucky.
Oh,
Because it's got that
Kentucky.
on the end.
because you say Kentucky.
Yeah. Not Kentucky. Is that how
But
I
it's not
say that?
Kentucky. That just sounds weird.
Kentucky.
Is that your water? No, that was mine. I got it.
Before I stop recording, everybody say one word that starts with Chay. Melissa, go first.
Juice.
Check.
Chicken.
Now let's do sounds.
Oh yeah, sounds.
Church.
Caitlin already failed.
Oh.
She sound earlier.
I already did it. My bad.
Chewy.
Pregnancy brain.
Oh, now I can't think of a CH word.
It's the same. It doesn't matter. It sounds the same anyway. So
So really, we only have 25 letters in the
Yes. Oh, here's one for you. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet.
I don't know why.
Yes.
That's what I talk to.
That's why we can't say why. Funny.
All right, that was our episode of Explain. Next week we'll talk about what it was like in church and what it's like now.
Make sure you follow us, comment, like, let us know what you want to hear about next. We will be making more podcasts to talk about Mennonite
what
questions.
was that?
That was that.
Quote unquote podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a podcast, but like I don't know what a podcast is because I'm a Mennonite. So
Technical difficulties that Mennonites face. That'll be an episode one time too.
yes.